Awesome. Thank you. So hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our webinar. We will be walking through Your Day powered by Copilot, a hands-on look at Microsoft 365 Copilot app. We will start with a presentation to talk to you about the app, the user scenarios and the changes, followed by the live demo by my coworker. My name is Caroline Chen. I'm a product manager on the M365 Copilot app team. And I'll allow my coworker to introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Warith Balogun, also a product manager on the M365 Copilot App team.
Awesome. Thank you. So to start off, let's understand the evolving relationship between work and AI. As AI technologies advance, they are reshaping how we approach tasks, collaboration, and making decisions. Understanding this changing context is crucial for users who are looking to leverage AI effectively in their operations. This slide shows the new Future of Work report from December. It reveals significant insights into how Copilot is transforming workplace dynamics. With workers producing more documents, spending less time on emails, it's clear that AI tools are enhancing efficiency. The stat that 75% of people are already using AI at work underscores the growing integration of these technologies in our daily tasks and lives. On this slide, we can see the dramatic shift in productivity enabled by AI. Tasks that once took days can now be completed in minutes, thanks to features that help users understand intent, gather information, make sense of it, create content, and ultimately reuse it. The new workflow introduced by AI is versatile, applicable across various roles and industries. This adaptability is key to ensuring that organizations can leverage AI tools effectively, regardless of their specific operational context or sector. We all use AI for various different scenarios, whether it's our personal lives, like planning a trip or doing interior designing. It only makes sense that AI can fit different professionals' needs as well. Let's talk about the M365 Copilot app. We are very proud of this app, and it's a powerful tool designed to enhance productivity, streamline workflows. This app leverages AI capabilities to support users in various tasks, making it an essential component for modern work environments. So on the slide, it should be a video, and it's going to walk you through the M365 Copilot app.
Caroline, we don't hear the video if you want to reshare with the sound.
Oh, okay, no problem. All right, I'm going to start.
Introducing Microsoft 365 Copilot, your always-on work assistant. Get the answers you need, spark fresh ideas, and create content effortlessly. We're infusing AI assistance into a set of powerful productivity assets so you can work smarter. At the heart of the new M365 Copilot app is chat. Helpful, conversational, intuitive. Prompt assistance helps you make the most of Copilot, leading to richer, more useful outputs. Work with text, images, graphs, or code in chat, and edit or build on it all in a side-by-side view with powerful, specialized editors. Copilot learns about your preferences and follows instructions so you can work the way you're used to, with help from AI. You can your experience with agents, your AI-powered workforce. Agents can do tasks like deep research, perform advanced data analysis, and offer seamless integration with top third-party tools. Discover and share relevant agents in the store, or build your own, no coding required. Search connects your work data across Microsoft and beyond. Get highly personalized, contextual results from your documents, conversations, and apps. And now you can work smarter with Pages, making it easier to craft text, code, tables, diagrams, and more. Plus, your team collaboration is fueled by AI. With Copilot Notebooks, you can store your chats and files in one organized place, making it easy to build up ideas and create content. Create empowers you to generate and refine images, videos, designs, and more. Our new visual editor makes perfecting on-brand designs easy, with natural language refinements and AI-suggested edits. And Copilot meets you where you are, across web, desktop, and mobile. More than a chatbot, Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI productivity partner, helping you achieve more. Introducing Microsoft.
Awesome. So now that we've seen what the M365 Copilot app looks like, give me a second. Now that we've seen what the M365 Copilot app looks like, let's talk about what sets the app apart. There are three main parts that set M365 Copilot apart. One, it's connected to your business data, integrates with your M365 apps, so users have a truly tailored experience built on all their work content. The app does this all while ensuring that there is enterprise-grade security, privacy, and compliance. With this app, we can ensure that users have a tailored experience made specifically for them, starting off with this new unified product with simplified UX. Copilot also teaches you how to use it. There's an easy way to catch up, prepare. You can quickly research with agents and effortlessly create and organize your content. So speaking of the simplified UX, we want to start with looking at what the old office.com looked like. On the left-hand side, you can see the M365 apps such as PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook, Teams. Now, with the new experience, we have our simplified UX. On the left-hand side, instead of the Office apps, we now have the M365 Copilot modules. These are the modules that were mentioned in the video, and these also fully support our current WXP Word, Excel, PowerPoint. They work together to help you achieve your goal instead of separating one app at a time. This experience is also available on mobile. To break it down a bit, there's 5 key components. One, with search, you have AI search for 1P and 3P components. 2, you have chat. This is where you get your you ask questions and get answers. You can create content and avoid missing key details. 3, agents, where you can automate tasks, get work done on your behalf, curated in our app store as well as the agent store. 4, notebooks, which is the place where you could collect your chats, pages, AI artifacts in the notebook and give Copilot the content it needs to ground so your answers are personalized. And finally, 5, which is create. You can create images, posters, banners, which just by simply describing it. So the M365 Copilot app is your always-on work assistant. For end users, it has an experience that is tailored for AI, integrated in the M365 app, connected your business data. For IT admins, it is manageable. It is manageable. You can customize it with AI agents, and most importantly, it has our enterprise-grade security and compliance. Now, for Copilot Pages, this was initially introduced during Microsoft Ignite in the fall, and we have users that are really excited about it for a good reason. This combination enhances the user experience by allowing seamless communication and content creation. So what is Copilot Pages? Well, it's a place that you can have an interactive canvas in the M365 Copilot chat that lets you turn your responses into editable, shareable pages. Copilot Pages is a digital place to generate, organize, refine content, and it includes interactive chat, code blocks that can be created from Copilot work or web data. You and your team can work to collaborate in Copilot Pages, seeing everyone's work in real time, adding more content, such as data files within the M365 graph. Closer look, you start on the left. That's where you have Copilot Chat. Here, you interact and ask questions, and we are able to create a page by hitting that Edit in Page button. This will generate the page on the right-hand side where you can see your responses. You can see that the button on the top where you can see all other pages that were created, as well as our share. The share button is available both as a link and as a component, and that's a unique value. The unique value of a component is that you can make edits directly in the component itself and share it across Teams, Outlook, and these changes are instantly reflected across the apps without requiring you to open the app. You can also modify the page title and the content right on the page here. Whether that's before or after you share, totally up to you. It's very dynamic. For Copilot Pages, we go from communication to collaboration. Exploration really starts on Copilot Chat, and collaboration happens on Pages. You can edit manually or on the canvas. You collect durably with a lasting framework for organization, as well as share and collaborate with others within Teams, Outlook, and the other M365 apps. Now, for Copilot Notebooks, we started off with Pages and Chat, and these are 2 key modules, but the third one is Notebooks. And this was actually released a few weeks ago, so we are very excited about it. So when we're talking about Copilot Notebooks, we want to understand what this came from. So you might already be familiar. OneNote Notes is kind of our legacy note-taking app. It's been around for 20 plus years, and it's a place where you're able to have a digital notebook to manage your knowledge base. From there, we evolved to have Microsoft Loop, and this is a fluid component, a collaborative canvas where you can share across your email, team, and M365 ecosystem. This allows people to think, plan, and create together. Now, OneNote as a digital notebook and tool that everyone's familiar with, plus the power of Loop, where you can collaborate from anywhere, we want to introduce this with the power of Copilot to bring you Copilot Notebooks. This is a new way for us to work. It's pushing us to rethink our existing job, taking notes, collaborating with teams, the AI artifacts we create, we have a place to contain and store it, and that is Copilot Notebooks. But what is Notebooks? Well, it's kind of like your AI-powered, which is your AI notebook. It's a place where you contain all the things you make. Some things it can really help you with is gather your content. So bring together all of your Copilot chats and files and meetings so that it has one place. Then you can get answers from it. You can analyze the content. You can have specific answers, identify themes from raw data, as well as helping you draft smarter. Instead of starting from 0, it can bring you to that 70%, bring you up to the top where you can really hit the ground running. Now I'm going to hand it over to my coworker to do the live demo. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. We were able to talk about the M365 apps, dive deeper into the Copilot pages and notebooks. Thank you.
Warith is having a little bit of trouble with the Teams room at the moment, so we're just going to give him a second to rejoin, and then we'll get started with the demo.
Okay, I was dealing with some technical issues, so I am back for this demo. I'll start by reintroducing myself. Once again, my name is Warith Balogun, and I'm a product manager for the M365 Copilot app, working alongside Caroline for the session. So now I'll be transitioning to go over a walkthrough of the app through the lens of a product manager to show you how the M365 Copilot app can help streamline and boost work. Streamline work and boost productivity with AI. So let's meet Amanda. Amanda is a product manager at Contoso, a mid-sized company where she works on a business intelligence dashboard. Amanda's day looks pretty much like any other product manager's. So to deliver a great product requirement document, Amanda is going to do some of the tasks that are very common in the world of PM. It's being able to understand customer feedback, and we're going to see how the analyst agent can help us with that. It involves doing a lot of market research, which we'll be using the researcher agent for. And then finally, referencing important documentation in order to create a full-fledged product requirement document, which notebooks will assist us with. We'll follow Amanda's journey and see how she uses the M365 Copilot app to get it all done. Let's dive into this demo and see how Copilot helps Amanda work smarter every step of the way. Now I'll share my screen to show the demo. All right. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, so Amanda's day starts with meetings with some stakeholders to review the latest metrics for her BI dashboard. She just got back from vacation, but she needs to send this update on the latest metrics out quickly, and we've all been there. Luckily, Copilot makes it super easy to help her prepare for this meeting. So Amanda writes in this prompt, and instead of having to sift manually through emails, messages, and documents to find and bring the appropriate documents together to create this summary, instead, she can ask Copilot Chat to do that work for her. Copilot is already connected to all of your work data, so all the emails you send, the documents you've created. So when you ask Copilot for a prompt, it already knows about everything that you've been working on and can reason over this information and bring it to your fingertips. So some of the numbers and metrics that we see here are from newsletters that have been written, and some of the other information here are from emails that have been sent. And then close to the bottom of this page, we also see citations, and these citations are added to the responses so you can be confident about where this information is coming from. So now she has a summary of these key metrics for her upcoming meeting, but Amanda actually wants to share this information with her stakeholders, but also add a little bit more context just to bring everything together. So she clicks on this button to edit in Pages, and Copilot Pages is a new feature where we take the response from Copilot and we bring it into a canvas that users can share with other Copilot users, but also modify if need be. So I'm just gonna take away this URL here, as well as replace the title. So specifically, she's reporting on metrics for Q3. So we're gonna name this Key Metrics for FY25 Q3. And then we're gonna add a little more context just to bring it all together. And if we scroll down to the bottom, the citations from chat have also been brought here. So when we share this page with other Copilot users, they also can have confidence about where this information is coming from. And to share this page, we click on the share button up here, and we copy as a component. And a component is a portable canvas that you can share across M365 applications. And then we'll take this to Outlook, create a new email, and then throw this component in there. And what's great about this component is that when Amanda decides to update this page on her own, it will also update in real time on this email. So any update that she does, her stakeholders will also see that update as well. And we can put in an email here and send this out to our stakeholders. So we ended this flow by sharing this document with the stakeholders for the next meeting so they have the appropriate context. And that is task 1 for the day done. Moving on, for PMs, it's really important to understand customer feedback because customer feedback informs product decisions and makes sure that we build products that our users love. Their feedback is a gold mine of info to help us do this. So to extract this gold, we must be able to synthesize this information. And this has to do with analyzing some of that data. And so we'll use the analyst agent to help us do that. And first things first, we have a lot of this information, this customer feedback information on a large data sheet. So we'll actually add that data sheet as content here before we post in our prompt. And because Copilot is connected to your work enterprise data and information, it already knows some of these important documents and that suggests some of your previously open documents that you might want to add for context. So here's the Excel sheet that I'll be adding for this scenario. Then I'll post in my prompt. And here from the data, what I really want to know is, what are some of those common pain points? What are some of those, key themes and trends and actionable insights that we can pull from this customer data? And that is exactly what I've asked Copilot in this prompt. And so I submit that prompt. So the analyst agent is a really powerful agent that is able to analyze large sets of data using Python code to actually give you results. And in a moment, you'll actually start to see some of that Python code being generated. So that's some of it right here. And then analyst agent will also tell you how it's thinking about this work using something called chain of thought. So here it's telling us that it's inspecting the file structure, reviewing the entire data as well. So it gives you clear, visible steps that it's taking in order to analyze this information. And then analyst agent can also draw insights from multiple files. In our scenario, we added one file in order to get an analysis of the data, but we can just as easily add multiple files here, and analyst agent will be able to synthesize that information all the same. And here is our response from Copilot, from the data we gave it. So it was able to tell us some key themes and recurrent issues, pulled out some customer quotes, trends, and then some of those actionable insights towards the end as well. So this is some really important information here. And I think I want to add this response to a document where I collect all the feedback and latest trends on a weekly basis. So I'll scroll to the bottom here and I'll click Edit in Pages once again. And instead of pressing this Edit in Pages button, I think I want to add this to a page that I've recently created to capture feedback on a weekly basis. So I press this button to find some of my other pages. And okay, there it is. This is my page where I collect information for a customer feedback. And so some of that information, that response that we got from Copilot, we now see that it has been brought over to a page that we have previously created. If I ever want to navigate to this page again, I can easily go to the Pages submodule, press All Pages, or even through here, click on some of the pages that have been previously created with me. This module, I'm able to see pages that I've previously created, but also pages that have been shared with me. And for pages that have been shared with me, there is also a feature of attribution. So if I want to see what user wrote what, including what content Copilot added, I'm able to get that info. And so I've been able to turn a large Excel sheet of data into actionable insights. Task 2 is done. So as PMs, it's also important to do compete analysis in this fast-paced world to understand the competition and the technology landscape before we dive into any area. Previously, this would take us a lot more work combing through a lot of web materials, but also internal resources. But Researcher Agent, which is the next agent we'll be using here, is a complete game changer for that. With its reasoning capabilities, it does a lot of this heavy lifting for us. And so I can paste in this prompt here. And when I'm doing a competitive analysis, what I'm really focused on is the growth opportunities, the emerging challenges, as well as the trends that are happening across the market. And that's exactly what I decided to prompt Copilot for here. So I'll submit that prompt, and immediately you'll see this in a second, but because researcher really wants to get this right, it follows up to understand what it should include in your in-depth report. I'm pretty confident about the prompt that I've written here, so I'll just tell researcher to go ahead. So researcher is going to thoroughly look at multiple sources and reason about them to prepare this comprehensive summary. And it's going to take a little bit of time. Luckily, I fired the same prompt a few minutes ago that we can use to continue this workflow. So we'll navigate to our conversation to recall our previous prompt. And this is a previous conversation here that we've had with the same exact prompt. And we can also go to a conversation similarly to Pages to recall a prompt that we have, to recall a conversation that we started with Copilot before. And so if I scroll through this research, I see that it has given me a comprehensive report. It's also given me rich visual artifacts that I can pull from as well. I specifically told Copilot to give me a narrative, but closer to the end of this report, you'll also see that I instructed Copilot to give me a summary table of this information so I can take this information at a glance if need be. And this research is really valuable to me. And now I want to keep this information for my reference, but also in the future, I want it to be used as a reference for Copilot. So I'm going to create a page out of this response. And let me show you why. So at the bottom, once again, we have our citation. So it tells you where what sources it's pulling the information from. And then we click on Edit in Pages here to bring up the Pages module, and we have our response in Pages. So now that I have two different documents related to this product requirement document, so I have my customer feedback analysis document, right? But also now I have a competitive market research report. I want to make sure that all these documents are in one place so Copilot can use them as context when creating our product requirement document. And this is where our new feature, Copilot Notebooks, comes in handy. For notebooks, the biggest thing here is notebooks help you accomplish a larger goal that spans across multiple documents and artifacts. And our goal here is to create a product requirement document, and our documents, or rather our artifacts, are our competitive market research report, as well as analysis of customer feedback. So we'll get out of this page here. That's already been saved to Pages, and we'll navigate to Notebooks. So we'll click on Notebooks. That'll take us to the Notebook module, and we'll create a new notebook. We're going to name it something like Pantoso BI Dashboard. And once again, because Copilot is connected to this enterprise information, it already has files and references that it's suggesting for me to add to this notebook. So there are two things that I want here. I want my competitive analysis report, but I also want the information about customer feedback analysis. So I'll add these two in. I'll add my customer feedback analysis one more time. And so we have that market research report as well as the competitive analysis here. One more thing that I think I might need to create this product requirement document is a template. So we have a template for best practices for creating product requirement document. And then I can go into Pages here, the Pages module, open up that template. Let's go to all Pages. So open up the product requirement template. And then from the three-dot menu, I can also add that this document, this Copilot page to my notebook. And you might be wondering, okay, we've added these documents to our notebooks. What does it actually do? So the great thing about notebooks is there is a chat within Notebook. And what this does is it allows us to prompt Copilot. But while we're prompting Copilot, Copilot actually references and grounds our prompt on these documents here in order to provide us with an output that has the appropriate context. And so we have our template, we have our market research report, as well as our customer feedback analysis. And so we throw in this prompt, and from this prompt, I'm telling Copilot to create a product requirement document. And what I really want is for it to use the analysis of customer feedback to highlight some pain points, but also for the competitive market research report, I want it to suggest ways in which we can be similar to the market, but also differentiate from the market. And that's what I've prompted Copilot for. So I'll send in that prompt, and Copilot is reasoning over the documents that I've given it as references in order to provide me with this product requirement document. And when I scroll through this product requirement document, it talks to me about overview, summary, a problem statement. It uses some of that information for customer feedback, competitive insights, and there's more information here as well. So the product requirement document looks great. It's exactly what I needed. It used all the grounding context as well as the template format I gave it to provide a really great first draft. So now I think I'm ready to share this with my team. Once again, I go to edit in Pages because whenever I want to share a Copilot response with other Copilot users, I take it into Pages to do so. And then from that, I can also modify and polish this up as I see fit. To share this page, we actually have an option to open this page in Word and share it as a Word document if we'd like. But for now, we'll copy this as a component as we have done before, and we'll copy that and paste it into a Teams chat for our larger Teams meeting to review. Alone, all of this work could have taken a couple days, but with Copilot, Amanda was able to complete a full analysis of customer feedback, create a market research report, and use that information to draft a PRD document in a much shorter amount of time. And with chat, Copilot Pages, agents, and Copilot Notebooks, you also can apply these processes to streamline your own workflows too. Now I guess we'll move on to questions.
Awesome. Thanks, Warith and Caroline. I have some questions here that I would like to ask you all. So the first question is, what's the difference between the work and web modes in Copilot chat? So anyone should feel free to answer that.
I can answer that. So we do have two modes for Copilot Chat, as you mentioned. We have work mode, but also web mode. And for work mode, as we've mentioned before, Copilot has access to all your enterprise data and documents. So when you're in work mode and you prompt Copilot, those Copilot chat responses are actually grounded on the work data available to you. So using the Microsoft Graph, Copilot can help you access some of these organizational resources, so documents in OneDrive, emails, meeting information, other data, and it can help you complete some of these tasks related to work. In web mode, Copilot Chat is grounded on data from the public web and being search indexed. This mode combines the power of generative AI with up-to-date information from the web. So one of them is related to your enterprise data and information and provides you responses based on that. And the other is grounded on public web information.
Awesome, thank you. And what type of files can I add as reference files to my Copilot notebook, for instance?
So the supported files are docs, PowerPoints, Excel files, PDF files. You can also add loop pages, as well as OneNote pages. Those are the whole slew of files that are available to add.
I might pop in here and just add that there's currently like you can currently add 20 references in your notebook across WXP, but we're looking to expand this soon. And this is a place where you can have all your content like grounded on. So yeah.
Awesome. Caroline, I don't know if you want to just comment on the difference between OneNote and Copilot Notebooks, just briefly.
Yeah, I can do that. So we got a question in the Q&A. And so on a high level, like OneNote is a long-standing digital notebook designed for capturing, organizing, and sharing notes. It's more of a free-form thinking structure, and it's also more for like information management. You don't necessarily see like other people on your page, for example, but with Copilot Notebooks, it's your newer AI-powered structure within the M365 Copilot App, which is a different app than OneNote. They serve as an intelligent container, which is where you can store all the information to ground on, to make agents on. And so this is to facilitate that move. So that's kind of the key difference.
Awesome, thank you. Also, what are some ways that I could use researcher agents and analyst agents aside from what you guys showed us today? Like, what are some other use cases?
I can answer that question. Oh, actually, okay, I'll take it. So for analyst agent, for us, we decided to take a Excel sheet, synthesize the information from customer feedback. But in general, analysts, you can turn to analysts to get raw data scattered across multiple spreadsheets. And actually, a good use case is a demand forecast for a new product, but also a visualization of customer purchasing patterns or revenue projection. A lot of information that has to do with gathering raw data across multiple documents. And then for researcher agent, we decided to go with a competitive market research report, but you can do project updates to align with stakeholders. You can also identify gaps and opportunities for a new product based on emerging trends, or you can also create a comprehensive quarterly report for a new client. So there are some examples for both a researcher as well as analyst.
I'll just hop in here and I'll just give a high level. Like on the analyst side, it's really about having like Python code run and giving like that deep analysis of data. Researcher is like deep research. So think about having like a PhD person in your pocket. So that's like how I think about it.
Awesome, thank you. We also had another question in the chat. I could also help respond to this as well. But like, when do you use pages and when do you use notebooks?
I can help with that.
Oh, maybe.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Karen.
Okay, so I think just to give some context, like the notebook is kind of the container for your AI, is the container for where you can have a bunch of files of references and pages. It's not just one item, it's like the place where you can hold it. And then where you can hold it, you can also ask it questions, and it as in Copilot. So in essence, the notebook part is the container to facilitate AI. The pages itself is a place where you can collaborate, you can store the information from chat, but it's kind of that canvas that can be shared. So one is a page, one is it's a place with many pages. So that's kind of the way I think about it.
Awesome, thank you. That's very awesome. Okay, so we have another question. Sorry, is that an echo? But we have another question around Warith mentioned that the page can automatically update in email. So they asked if you could explain this a bit further.
Oh, yes. So we are whenever we copy a Copilot, so when we take a Copilot output into pages, so we edit in pages, or we want to share that to other people, we can copy as a component. And a component is a specific type of portable page where we can take that that document and put it in places across the M365 ecosystem. So I can throw that in Outlook, I can throw that in OneNote, and I can throw that in Teams, for example. The part you're referring to about updating, the beautiful thing about components is that they're built for really fast collaboration. So when Amanda tries to update the page on her own, that component that lives, whether that be an email, right, because she sent the email out, or whether the component lives in a Teams chat or in OneNote, it will also automatically get some of those updates in real time. So wherever that component lives, whenever the page is updated, or even if that if the component is also shared to multiple places, even if I update one version of that component, all the other components related to that page will also get real-time updates for real-time collaboration as well. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, so essentially like everyone that has that component can edit and see changes instantly. That's what he also means by like automatic.
Yeah. And one bonus feature is that you don't need to open it directly. It's already in where you work. So like, let's say you're in email, you're in Teams, and that component like unravels, you can just make the changes in there. You don't even need to open a whole new app. So that's the beauty of the component part.
Awesome. Thank you both so much. I'm just looking at the questions. Yeah, I think that honestly thank you guys for answering these questions. These were like very helpful.
Thank you for having us. I don't know if we can hear you, Opie.
Yeah, there was just like one last question about like what level of expertise do you have to know that information is correct? I'm guessing Copilot outputs, and how much time do you estimate you should need to review the outputs for accuracy?
That's a good question. I think I can take that on. I think it's really dependent, right? I think there's a general notion of, in general, reviewing any information that comes your way, whether by Copilot or anyone for that matter. But I think the great thing about Copilot is that it gives you sources and shows you where this information is coming from. So if there is some information that you might not be too sure about, it shows you those sources, and even it will also show specific places where citations are in that response. So you can click on that citation, see where this portion is brought from, go review that source in order to understand the level of credibility there. And then also with the question about editing the page, again, I think it also depends on the type of information. If I'm asking Copilot for a certain summary and I just want to send that out, I would believe that would take less time than editing a report from a researcher, for example, because of how much in-depth analysis that it does. But I think the sources and citations are really good fail-safe to understand where this information is being brought from.
Awesome, thank you. Those are all the questions. Thank you both for hosting this session today.
Thank you for the great questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Those who attended.
Thank you all. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. Thank you, everyone.